Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jen and I am on a journey of transformation, self-growth, and discovery. And I would love for you to join me on that journey. So come along. Hey, welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad to have you here. I really want to know how much I want all of you to know how much I appreciate all those people who tell me in real life you're watching, all those people who comment, give me a thumbs up, and subscribe to this channel. I'm so thankful for all of you for joining me in this journey and for all of the encouragement and conversations that you've given me in this process. And I'm so thankful for all of you. So today's going to be a quick video. It's a little combo video of some October favorites and a little chat, a little conversation, deeper thoughts of some conversation that I've had with some friends. So here we are. Let's get into this video. I'll start off with this conversation of sustainability. So I was having a great conversation with one of my friends last night, and she said, so do you feel like this is something you can maintain or sustain for the long haul? And at first I was like, oh yeah, sure, I could do this. Because I'm really doing very well right now, I personally, with my desire to eat correctly. So let me kind of put some handles on this for the rest of you, or for all of you. So if you, like me, have struggled with your weight your whole life, you will understand this. I did not get obese by eating right. I have a food addiction in the truest sense of the word, meaning that food sometimes would control me and control. Sometimes I would binge eat, not often, but definitely more than my body needed. That's obviously how I got to this into the situation. Larger portion sizes, eating the wrong kinds of food, eating too much of food. And if you have studied the standard American diet at all, you know that Americans generally have larger portions of food than the rest of the world, especially if you look at restaurant food, how much we're served. And so we've begun to consider that normal sizing. To have that amount of food is considered normal, which it's not. If you look at portion sizes for the rest of the world, they eat way less than we do proportionally. So I've struggled with eating healthfully my entire life. And so the concept of, is this sustainable? I really have been thinking about it all ever since we had this conversation yesterday. Is it sustainable? Because sometimes in the back of my mind, whenever I've done this before, changed my eating habits, been conscious of my eating habits, whatever tool I've used, whether it was having weight loss surgery, Weight Watchers, keto, caloric intake versus expenditure, whatever tools I've used, in the back of my mind, I've always thought this is temporary. Because one day when I reach my goal, it was always end oriented. When I reach my goal, I'm going to return to the standard American diet. My standard American diet, which did contain foods that in abundance, in excess is the word. Gluttony might be another word some of you are familiar with. So I would, in the back of my mind, I always had that kind of mentality that I would return to my binge eating, unhealthy eating, processed food. So my big weaknesses are processed food, fast food, and sugar. Those are the things that I probably consume too much of that have led to my situation. I don't know what to call it. To my current state of being. So those are the things, those are my triggers, fast food, processed food, and sugar. Not so much sugar in as much, like I didn't really eat candy and sweets. I'm not that kind of person, but sugar in drinks. So like Starbucks, a sweet tea, those are my areas that I would abuse food in. Yeah. Oh wow, I just said the word abuse food. Yeah, I abused food. I did. And and I try to justify myself saying that I didn't eat any different than most people, which is true. I only would get like I didn't eat like two Chick-fil-A meals. I only had one Chick-fil-A meal, or I wouldn't have two Starbucks. I'd have one Starbucks. But still, if you look at the contents of those meals, sometimes, they have things in them that I really shouldn't be consuming. So the question is it sustainable? And I think for the first time, I've kind of made this connection that there's no going back. And that kind of reminded me of a Bible story that I want to share with all of you. So, if you guys are familiar with the Christian Bible, the story of the Egyptians and the Hebrews in the book of Exodus. So, God's people, the Hebrews, had been in slavery in Egypt for over 400 years. And Moses was sent to rescue and deliver the people out of the hand of Pharaoh and take them to the new land, the promised land, where they would become a people that worshiped God, that followed God, and that became a light to the nations. That they would be the vessel in this covenant relationship with the Lord, where they would be the Lord's grace and mercy to the rest of the world. That they would show us who God is, His character. And so Moses came, let my people go. They left Egypt and they wandered in the wilderness for 40 years because of their disobedience and lack of trust in the Lord. The Lord was weeding out those who had left Egypt. But oftentimes they would grumble and complain to Moses because they wanted to go back to Egypt. They wanted to return to slavery. God had delivered them out of the hand of Moses through the 10 plagues. I don't know if you guys have seen that old Charlton Heston movie, The 10 Commandments, or the cartoon, The Prince of Egypt. God did these amazing, miraculous things and brought His people out of slavery. They were slaves. They were murdered. They were beaten. They were mistreated. He brought them out into this new freedom and this new life where they could be free and they could be who God had made them to be. And yet they wanted to return. They wanted to go back to what they knew. Even if they were slaves, at least they got bread, they said. At least they got fed. And at least they had a roof over their head. And they wanted to go back so desperately. And when I've been thinking about that story has been playing in my head, and that desire of us to return to something that we knew, whether or not it was good for us. And so there is no going back. There is no return for me to the standard American diet. And I have to make peace with that. And I think I'm doing that. I think that one of the reasons this way of life is going to be sustainable for me is because I eat when I'm hungry. This is not a diet of deprivation. I never deprive myself when I'm hungry. I'm not starving myself. I've talked about fasting, but that's not starvation. That's fasting. It's a process. It's not a deprivation thing. So I think that's one of the ways it's going to help me be successful is I eat when I'm hungry, and when I'm not hungry, I stop, which is really strange because there are many times when I have to stop eating. Even though I've planned, don't have to, but I choose to stop. Even though I planned a meal or planned to eat certain parts of a meal, I've caught myself stopping, and it's been very interesting for me. So I eat when I'm hungry. I am not depriving myself. And also, and I'm learning that there is no such thing as cheating. So I don't have any cheat days. I don't have any cheat meals. I don't use those words because cheating, and there are many people who talk about I have a cheat day meal or a cheat day or a cheat meal, and basically what they do is they leave the new way and they return to the old way. They have a taste of Egypt, if you will, and I think that's just that's bad mentally. I think that kind of tricks you or makes you believe that this way is bad, the right way or the current way is some kind of temporary path, when this is the new promised land. This is where we're going to go, that's going to give us optimal health, longevity, and help us feel good and be strong. Whereas Egypt, or the old way, is what brought us to need to be rescued to save ourselves and to change our future. So anyway, I made those kind of connections spiritually and emotionally and mentally and physically, and that's what this journey is all about. When I talk about transformation and discovery, it's making those discoveries, having those conversations, putting these parts of my life together and connecting them. And that kind of work, internal work, not just what's going in my body, but that kind of internal work is what I think is going to help me be successful in the long run. So thank you for listening. Yeah, let's not go back to Egypt. Let's keep moving forward. We don't want to go back to what we had before. We want to move forward to see what wonderful, amazing things are in store for us ahead. So here are a couple favorites that I have found and I'm really enjoying on keto. So these, and you might say, why is this half empty? I'll tell you in a minute. You know, I've had Quest is either hit or miss. I've had some really horrible food from Quest, and I've had some really great stuff. The pizza, I think, is pretty good. And these chips are really awesome. And they're half open because I had planned to eat them with my meal this week, and I wasn't hungry. I didn't eat all of them, so I have half a bag, which I think I'm going to finish today. I don't know. Let's see if they're any good still. I'll say, yeah, because the bag was open. These are supposed to be like their Dorito chips. And they're pretty good. They're pretty good, but they're even better if you put guacamole on them. Or use them in taco salad. I'm sorry, is it rude to eat on camera? I'm gonna put it away. Anyway, loving these. I get them at Wegmans. You get them online. I think sometimes Walmart has them. Lots of different places. Now, if you're a Lily's chocolate fan, this is even better. This is amazing. So good. So in here it's soy-free, sugar-free, chalk zero, dairy-free, sugar alcohol-free, sweetened with stevia, are these 6 little individual chocolate things. I went on a camping trip this weekend with my Girl Scout troop, and they made s'mores, and that was really hard, and I was not going to have any, and I didn't. I was okay, actually. It wasn't that hard, actually. But I had one of these instead, and it was just what I needed to satiate myself. So there are dark chocolate. There's some almonds in it. Each one of these has 2 net carbs per serving, one of these things. Awesome. Just what you need for Halloween. And then finally, these are my October favorites. Did I say that? I don't know. I'm trying this YouTube thing out. I don't know. I'm just faking it till I make it. All right, here we go. So if you've tried these are pretty good. Pumpkin, my quest for pumpkin spice. I really haven't found anything that satiates that pumpkin spice latte. The best thing that I have come to is pumpkin pods, that the coffee's flavored, and then you add your creamer. That tastes pretty good, but this is pretty awesome. If you have tried these super coffees. Now, it says here that it is sweet and creamy. That is a lie. It's not creamy. It has some cream in it, but if you're like me and you like your, cafe con leche, you need to add some more leche to this, because this is not creamy at all. It's like somebody showed it some milk, and it's like kind of that gray coffee color. So I doctored it up, and I'm gonna go have this right now. Actually, I just took it out of the fridge. I'm gonna go add some cream to it, add a little bit more sweetener, and enjoy this delicious cold coffee. Find this in the refrigerator section. Maple pumpkin. They only have a couple. It's limited edition. It's seasonal, so they don't do it all year round. So anyway, those are the 3 things that I am loving this October. My chips, my chocolate, and my coffee. So hope you guys find them. What are you guys loving right now? How's your fall going? We've had some beautiful weather here. It's raining today, but let me know. How are you doing? How's your journey? Any new discoveries that you've made in your life? I would love to hear from you. I really like it when you guys leave comments and share things with me. I try to respond to everyone. I want to thank you for watching. And if you would like to continue in this journey with me, please remember to subscribe, ring that bell so you get notifications. I'm trying to post twice a week now on Sundays and Wednesdays. Wednesdays is my weigh-in, and Sundays is whatever content I can come up with for the week. If there's something you would like to see me do, or content or questions that you might have, please comment down below. And until we see one another again, I just want to remind you guys to love yourself and to love one another. All right, have a great week, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.